Hello, everybody. I am Nature Guy X46, and this is live on my channel. And today we are taking a closer look at an organism that I was introduced to when I was in college. And that animal is the green Hydra. And later today, I'm going to be introducing you to another organism that is equally as cool as this one. So, that is a very real thing that we will be doing today. We're going to be talking about anatomy, as well as a bunch of other just really cool facts. I did change times on lives because I felt like maybe it was dinner time. Discussed it and decided probably should change the time, move it up just a little bit. So hopefully this works for people a little bit better. Was pretty amazed with the attendance last night on my other channel. We ended up with 70 views on it. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people come in. There is nobody else in chat. It's just me and you. I'm gonna say there's only you and me. Hello, Pedro. How are you? Awesome. I am from the United States. Hi, Gaming Shark. I feel like every time I look up, oh, yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so we are going to get started here in just a second. I think I've got everything set up. Don't know what today's going to look like. So, again, let me reintroduce myself. I am Nature Guy X46, and this is Nature Guy X46 Presents. And on my channel, we talk about all things nature. In my lives, we have different themes. At the end, Ross Lynch, I will. At the end. At the end. So you have to stick around for it. In my lives, we have different themes that I rotate through during the month and the weeks. Hi, Zealand. Hi, Ross Lynch fan 2005. I apologize for not saying hello. Hi, Marie, Angelina. Guys, you're coming in so quickly. Aw, I am sorry, Zealand. Okay. So, welcome aboard. Let's get into this as best we can. We are going to take a closer look on this wonderful animal. In Closer Look series, we will be looking at invertebrates. And today we're going to begin our little look at these animals with an animal that is easily overlooked. It's an aquatic invertebrate that is related to jellyfish, sea anemones, and corals. Now, this is what they look like, sort of. That's sort of what they look like. And we're going to talk about more about them a little bit later. But these guys have nematocysts just like their cousins. If you don't know what nematocyst is it is a stinging cell that is contained within the tentacles of the Hydra and is triggered by that little tiny guard hair. Sort of, I guess they sort of look like plants. And they use that nematocyst, that stinging cell, to kill and capture their food. Now, there are at least 30 to 40 different types of Hydra. Not all of them are green. Green Hydra live in North America. Oh, and by the way, sorry, all Hydra live in fresh water. There are no Hydra that live in salt water. They can be found in North America, and they are the only Hydra to live in Europe, where they can be found living in ponds and slow-moving water. What? I don't know what the what was about. The Hydra is also a creature from mythology. Hercules fought one in his trials, where if you chop off one head, two more grow back. And I think that's where Marvel got their idea for Hydra. Although this guy might be able to regenerate too. I'm not sure on that, so don't like say that that's the case. These guys are pretty much immobile, although they can move. Gaming Shark, I need to know what your question was about. They are unique in that they actually play host to a symbiotic algae. And that symbiotic algae, of course, turns them green. The Hydra provides a place for them to live, and in return, the Hydra gives them sugars and also oxygen. These little guys feed on small crustaceans, insects, and annelids, which are worms. Food is caught, again, using these little nematocysts. When the creature hits that little guard hair on the tentacles, it springs out and injects venom, just like a jellyfish. Hydras, like all of their cousins, have trigger hairs, just like I just showed you, that come out and can actually help to wheel in their food if it tries to escape. Luckily, hydras are fairly easy to draw. Hi, Lincolnshire. I hope it's not too late for you guys. I didn't want to interfere with dinner. I know it's a little bit later for you guys. Now that we've talked a little bit about the green hydra, we're going to learn some very basic anatomy stuff. And this correlates to all of the hydra, not just the green hydra. So, hydras are first and foremost a multicellular. Man, sometimes I just can't talk. Multicellular organism, meaning that they're made up of more than one cell. The hydra is a polyp, meaning it's not a medusa where the medusa floats on top of the water. A medusa would be a jellyfish. A polyp, much more like a coral or a much larger sea anemone. These guys never enter the medusa stage. They always stay a polyp. They are basically a column, and at the top, so they always appear like this. At the top is the mouth and the tentacles. And they can be divided up into different sections. They have the mouth and the tentacle area, gastric area, budding section, the peduncle, and basal disc. And we'll briefly talk about some of that. So hydras can reproduce sexually, but they also will do budding. And budding is a type of asexual reproduction. So basically what they do is they form a clone. There's no genetic information switched up for this. They stay basically just like, it's basically just it is a clone of the parent. So once this gets big enough, that's a good question, Ross Lynch. They have this basal disc, right? You're not going to find these guys in the ocean. But for a sea anemone, it works the same way. They have the basal disc, and there is a little bit of mucus on that basal disc. And that helps to hold them in place. But if need be, they can move. They can release that mucus and they can move. These guys aren't going to be at the bottom of a lake or river. Not lakes, ponds, or rivers or streams. They're going to be on plants. The body is composed of 2 layers. The endo, plants, they attach to plants. The body is composed of the ectoderm, which is the outside, and the endoderm, which is the inside. Now, the endoderm lines the gastrovascular cavity, and it's also a water-filled sac. Now, that water-filled sac acts as a skeleton, so it keeps them upright. Otherwise, they would just go bleh. Same thing with a sea anemone and the coral polyps to an extent. Now, that gastro area is also where they digest their food. As far as the nervous system goes, they don't really have a brain. They have what's called a neural net, and it covers the whole body. As far as their role in nature, or in their ecosystem, they are a predator. They're going to feed on smaller organisms, and they fill a role that other hydras fill too. They're all going to be feeding on small stuff. Now, they're probably not going to be feeding on the same species all over the place because, like I said, these guys can be found in North America and also in Europe and the UK, by the way. If I ever say Europe in a live, I'm usually talking about the to the continent. Are they dangerous or poisonous? These guys are way too small to be a hazard to us, but yes, they are poisonous. Not to us, and actually it would be venomous. But they're not. They don't pose a risk to humans at all. They're about that big. They're tiny. At this time, I don't know of any conservation status for these guys, so they're probably least common, or least concern. Meaning that they're not in any danger. Now, I was first hi Victoria Miko. I was first introduced to these guys when I was in college. And the professor had set up microscopes with us to watch these guys. I'm glad you're happy. And we could see these guys magnified, doing their thing. Really cool little animals. Later, when I was an adult, not that I was an adult when I was in college, because I was, I had a chance to take water samples from the lake near my house. And we actually filled up a fish tank with material from the lake. And I actually got a mix of Hydra species, including some greens. So it was really cool. And I got a chance to show these guys off to my nephews and niece. So that is the Hydra. I knew this wasn't going to take up all the time, so I hope that you guys have questions. Do they regenerate? I want to say yes, but that is a fact that at the minute, at the second, that I need to look up, because it's been a few years since I had the class. Yes. Wait. Yes, they can. Yes, they can, Ross Lynch 2005. Yes, they can. They can regenerate their entire bodies, including the head. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't die. It just means that they can do that. How big are they? I should have copied that information down. And if you guys think this is cool, tonight we're talking about another organism. Yeah, but they can die. It's not like they're not invincible. So they can be around 10 millimeters long, which that seems awfully big. But that may be including their tentacles. So that's what I'm thinking anyway. If you're enjoying this, subscribe so that you can experience more. I go live, just a little plug. I go live Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturday. And starting today, the morning session or the afternoon live will be different than the evening. And for those of you who are loyal subscribers, like Marie and Lincolnshire, I will rotate these at some point so you won't be missing anything. Yeah, but as long as the mouth is up above the water, chances are they'll be okay. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, holy moly. Be safe, guys. Because that storm looks worse than what's happening in the south of the United States. Although it is weird. But, yeah. Let me bring down Biollante. I hope... It's not a live short. It's just on my phone. That's the way that they're sort of shifting towards using computers or Chromebooks. cyclone, isn't it? Hurricane? Like? Anyway? Did I answer your question, Gaming Shark? So, I promised that I would show this off. This is Biollante from Godzilla. The tendrils do move, and yeah, the head does not move. If you don't know, this is a cross between a rose and Godzilla. So, and that became Biollante. So, I don't recognize. Why do people call me when I'm on the phone? Why? Why do you call me when I'm live? I'm not answering. So it better not be an emergency. Yes, stay safe. See, this is what's bad about YouTube. And I understand it because it protects people. But I don't know ages. I know, but still. I'm assuming they canceled school in those areas because of the storm. I know down in the south, if they had any type of snow, they cancel school right away. Which is funny because up here, we get a foot of snow. They're like, nope, you got school. Okay. Hi, Dinozilla Rex. Welcome, welcome. Tonight, we are doing, tonight's live, we are going to be looking at freshwater jellyfish, which happen to be he shouldn't, but at least in here we'll watch out for him. So this is the new time for those people that are in Europe or the UK. This is my new time. Are those the ones that aren't dangerous? Carol, I don't understand the question. Are those the ones that aren't dangerous? Hydras are not. I get it. As far as I know, they're not dangerous, but you'll have to find out later tonight. Thank you guys for the likes. So yeah, hydras are pretty cool. Jellyfish are in the same group as the hydras. And these guys are, yeah. These guys are one of my favorite smaller critters. If you have a fish tank, like I did, you can very easily culture them. I would love to start that up again. It's a lot of trial and error because you have to get everything just right. But you end up with so many weird things. Yeah. They have changed things. So I'm not even sure if protozoa are still considered animals or not. They were when I was in college. So I haven't even made up my script for tonight. I'd probably do that after live today. Why? I might even start doing some of the smaller organisms. Oh. I didn't even. Okay, so I left out something or a couple things. That we need to talk about. So, Hydra are not just these invertebrates. So, they actually breathe. They're animals, so they need oxygen. And they do get some from the algae that lives inside of them, but they don't get all of it from that. So what they do is, remember, they're not very thick. They don't have thick skin. So what they do is, in the water, there's oxygen from the plants because plants give off oxygen. And so they're able to absorb that gas right through their skin. There's no lungs, no gills. The cells literally take it right from the water. So pretty cool. Okay, so another fact is they don't have a digestive system that has two holes. So what they will do is some waste will actually be ejected out of the cells and directly into the water. The bits of food that they can't digest, those are going to be expelled out the mouth because they don't have the ability to excrete them otherwise. There's no anus on these guys, so hopefully I can say that and not get in trouble. But yeah, it is not uncommon to see the Hydra with their bud attached. Once that bud gets big enough, it's going to break off, and the mother plants the mother Hydra will have a little clone of herself or himself in the water. They do reproduce sexually. Well, they don't live in the ocean. But yeah, the ocean is a big toilet. Because everything that's in the ocean has to go somewhere. They aren't, but she's not wrong. Think of all of the animals that live in the ocean. So, and I just learned something. I don't know if you guys know this or not. It's okay. Whales. I don't know. I don't remember which whale it is. But in order to defend their calves from predators, they will actually poop in the water and splash it around. Yeah. I mean, they have to get rid of waste, so it just makes sense. There are no kidneys in these guys. They're basically a stomach, nerves, and yeah. Now they do react. Like they will react to touch. They will react to stimuli. So, yeah. That's true, parrotfish. Those white sand beaches that you see out in the tropics. That's hundreds, well, not necessarily, but they can't digest parrotfish eat coral. And they can't obviously digest the limestone or the skeleton because it's basically stone. So it may break down because of the stomach acids, but then when they defecate, it looks like sand going down to the bottom. Yeah, so some of that sand is not sand. Fun fact. So yeah. I tell you what. I would not drink from a lake or a river because I know too much. So if you're wondering, the Hydra belongs to the phylum Nidaria, and they are a hydrozoan. And yes, there are saltwater hydrozoans. These just are not marine. They're strictly freshwater. Yeah, which is why you shouldn't drink it. One of my cousins did that, and he ended up with basically Montezuma's revenge. Only he didn't go to Mexico. So, best to avoid drinking from lakes and rivers. Just avoid it altogether. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely something you want to avoid. So, any questions that might be out there in the realm of YouTube about what we talked about today? I don't want you leaving without getting those questions answered. Now wait, you really think that we carried around water filter kits? when I was a kid, you had no. Well, they sort of do. It's more like an owl pellets type thing. If they can't digest it, they spit it out. They might, some of them, but here, if we wanted a drink, most scout camps have wells. Unless you're going really, really primitive, like the camp in Canada that we went to, we didn't even have one. We just boiled and boiled and boiled. Yeah. Well, typically, I don't think. I can only think of one time when I was scouting or when I was in scouting, I can only think of one time that we slept outside of a campsite. And it was dark, it was raining. We ended up sleeping in my great grandpa's house. The things you learn. So let's see if there's any little do 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 do. Making sure that there's nothing I left out because that is really annoying. Um okay, I've covered everything. Um I'm going to be doing a Q&A in February. I think it's February 1st, right, Carol? Something like that. And I don't know if it's subscriber only. They usually are. No, it's not. It is a nature-based Q&A. It is not a subscriber-only event. And it will be open to anybody. I'm going to do that at 1 p.m. and again at 7 p.m. I want to again address the change. In the past, we started doing the since I've been doing the 2 live a day thing, I've done the same script for both. I will no longer be doing that. It will be 2 different topics. Sometimes they're related. Like in this case, we're doing the closer looks. They're both organisms are in the same group. No, if I get enough questions, which I probably won't, but if I get enough questions, yes, I will do some in here and some in the other chat. Or if I know that person is more apt to show up in the evening, I will hold back their questions. I have not. Also, just FYI, this time slot, I am going to gear more towards Europe and the UK. So, okay. When we do things like the zoo to-dos, they will be a European zoo. It'll be the same concept. For those of you that don't know, the zoo to-dos are the extra tours, animal encounters that you can do at the zoo. We've already, I believe, done the London Zoo. We've done London Zoo to-do, right, Carol? Yeah. So the next zoo to-do is going to be the Prague Zoo. So I know it's not local to the UK, but that's what's happening. And then later that day we are going to do the Arizona Sonoran Desert Museum, and again at some point those will rotate. So Ross Lynch, the next live will be 7 p.m. tonight, which is way late for you. But I will be going live Saturday at 1 p.m. and the topic is going to be the Caspian seal. Learn to care. So, a little bit different discussion, but yeah. It'll be 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which I think for you guys is like 2, something like that, in the morning. Something like that. It's ridiculous. But yeah, we will go another 5 minutes, and then if we don't have any more questions or anything, then we will switch out. I know, I hate them too. But people got to sleep at some point, so. I will hopefully have it scheduled. Hopefully. Not really good at that, but yeah. I don't even know what the Caspian seal is. I've never heard of it. So, I will be learning something. I generally do. Thank you for coming in, Ross Lynch fan. Did you subscribe? I hope. I did remember to post the stats for this morning. Because I always forget. Yeah, we did. Um, I have not done enough research to know. But I'm assuming with that name that the answer is yes. 975. And this morning or this afternoon, whatever it was. Wait, I know I posted it. Where is it? I know I posted it somewhere. Maybe I didn't. That upsets me. Where did I post it? I'm going to be so upset. I probably posted it to my That is so weird. I know I posted it somewhere. I thought I posted it to Facebook though. 972 subscribers, so we made 3 new subscribers since live started. That is awesome. So tonight there will be a new drawing. I need to make sure I have all of my pictures gathered up. Is it just us, Carol? Oh, okay, so it is time, guys. So let me just remind you that tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be doing freshwater jellyfish. Yes, this is a real thing. And we are also going live tomorrow at 1 p.m. and the topic will be the Caspian seal at 1 p.m. and the hooded seal at 7 p.m. So you can pick or choose which one you want to attend, everybody. I will be there for both. Remember to always keep learning. Never give up on your goals. Keep reaching for them. Never give up on yourself. And more importantly, love one another. Because the world is just too divided right now. So, peace out. Love y'all. Be good. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.